Alright, so in 2010, True Grit was my favorite movie of that year. In 2011, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo was my favorite movie of that year. So, those movies both came out in late December. Now we have Django Unchained, which also came out in late December. Can it continue that streak? Django Unchained is a movie that follows Jamie Foxx as a slave who is freed by Christoph Waltz, who is a bounty hunter. He takes Django under his wing and teaches him how to become a bounty hunter, and they go on missions together. So Jamie Foxx helps Christoph Waltz find these guys that he has to hunt down. Christoph Waltz doesn't know what they look like, so Jamie Foxx helps him and find them and kill them. And then in exchange, Christoph Waltz will help Jamie Foxx get his wife back from Leonardo DiCaprio, who bought her and is a slave owner, and that's essentially what the movie is about. Now going into Django Unchained, I was very excited because I really like Quentin Tarantino as a director. He's made some of my favorite movies, like Kill Bill Volume 2. That movie is fantastic, and so is Inglourious Basterds. So going into this, I was really looking forward to it. The trailers were fantastic. I got a great movie up until the last 20-25 minutes or so. I'm gonna start off with the good though, which there is an abundance of in this movie. First you have Jamie Foxx as Django. He's fantastic as a lead character. He's a character that you absolutely want to see succeed because he's a slave in these times. They're just terrible to be a black person, and just seeing him be able to break out of that and become a bounty hunter is a really cool thing. And Christoph Waltz as his friend, I forget his name, Schultz? He's German, so, you know, that kind of relates him to his character in Inglourious Basterds. He's great in the movie, too. He has a lot of funny moments, and his character is serious when he needs to be. You also have Leonardo DiCaprio as the slave owner, Calvin Candy, and he is fantastic in this movie. He has some funny lines of dialogue, but he's also really menacing and just sick in the head as a man. There are a few moments in this movie where it's really hard to watch what he's doing on screen. I could absolutely see DiCaprio getting nominated and winning for Best Supporting Actor, because he's fantastic in this movie. I could see an issue with that though. He doesn't come into the movie for about an hour 10 minutes, so that could be a problem, but I honestly think he deserves it. And you have Samuel L. Jackson as the slave who DiCaprio talks to, and is like, he's the inside slave. Samuel L. Jackson is just hilarious in this movie. He has so many funny lines of dialogue, and it's just, he's a really more of a comedic relief character for what he does, but he does have a couple serious moments in there as well, like most characters in the movie. Just overall, this cast is fantastic. Not one single performance that I could think of that was bad or even mediocre or just okay. It's all really great to watch. Now, Quentin Tarantino definitely has a distinctive style, and it absolutely comes through here. There are some fantastic shots of extreme close-ups that just start out really far away, just zoom right in onto an actor's face. Those are great shots. There's also some wide epic shots of when Jamie Foxx and Christoph Waltz are traveling through the wilderness. They're just amazing to watch. I love really good cinematography, and that's in this movie. Cinematography just helps me get sucked into the world if it's done right, so in this movie it is done right, and I was enjoying myself all the way through. I might have just noticed this now, but my skin might look different. I didn't change my skin color, that's just the camera, I apologize. And in Quentin Tarantino movies, there is a lot of violence in it, and there's definitely a ton of it in this movie. It is kind of over the top, but I've kind of grown accustomed to that in Quentin Tarantino movies. I can get past it and enjoy it. This movie is really funny at times. It has some great moments of comedic relief, especially the scene with all these guys with bags on their heads coming for Christoph Waltz and Jamie Foxx. You get to see Jonah Hill in the trailer, and that scene is just, it's gut-bustingly hilarious. I was just crying. It was so great. Like I said, Samuel L. Jackson has some great lines for comedic relief, so this movie definitely knows how to take the tension off when it needs to. Now, I do want to get to my main problem, because it is pretty big and it brought the movie down quite a bit for me. I love westerns. I really like Quentin Tarantino. I was loving this movie up until a certain aspect in the movie happened. I'm gonna say, I don't want to reveal too much. I'm gonna say the handshake scene. That won't reveal anything to people who haven't seen it, but if you have seen it, you'll know absolutely what I'm talking about. The handshake scene just from then on, the movie just started falling apart for me. That scene, first of all, made no sense. Christoph Waltz's character had no reason to do what he did. The scenes that followed just didn't make that much sense, and they were kind of just really convenient for Jamie Foxx's character. And that was really disappointing for me because I was really loving the movie up until then, and I was thinking it would actually be my favorite movie of this year, and it's just one convenience after another that just makes it feel kind of cheesy and not as realistic as the movie originally was, aside from like the blood splatters. Also, I know Quentin Tarantino likes to put himself in his movies, but here it just felt completely forced, and it didn't make... He was doing this awful accent and he was in it for far too long than he should have. I get that Quentin Tarantino likes to put himself in his movies, but this time, it did not work. It was not at all needed. I really hated him. He's not that good of an actor, and in this movie, he's in it for well past the time that he should be, and he just really brought the movie down, and I hated that aspect of the movie. You have great acting in this movie, you have great cinematography, some really cool action scenes, the blood splatters, everything you could expect in a Tarantino movie, but I felt the movie just dragged on as soon as that handshake scene happened, and it made the movie much less enjoyable for me, so I'm gonna give Django Unchained a B+. If you love Tarantino, definitely go see this movie. It's still gonna be a really fun time. You know what? I still suggest going to see this movie because it's a really unique experience. It's just not as good as I hoped it would be, so that's disappointing. However, it's still a really good movie, and most people will, I think, will at least enjoy it. So what'd you guys think of Django Unchained? Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? What's your favorite Tarantino movie? Mine is still Kill Bill Volume 2. Write your beautiful comments down there and tell me what you think. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button down there, because if you don't, I'm gonna have to edit black people dying in my videos.